end of the desk, I think, and we'll go into maybe those other maps down the line, but we are into this one, and it will be Na'Vi starting on that CT side. T side will be Envy, so already seized off to a brilliant start, just plucking MBK straight down mid, and, well, that's a perfect beginning here.
Yeah, that's an incredible shot right there by Seized. And it looks like Navi's playing a heavy catwalk setup with Zeus spotting long and 2 in the B bomb site. Flame is going to fall back towards middle. They're going to have heavy mid presence right now for Navi.
I've always rated Edward so highly with these pistols, but yet to see him really being on the forefront here. He's actually retracted quite far back here towards that site with Guardian, so both of them playing very passive here. Navi not taking the initial fights.
And I think based on EnVyUs' nade situation right now that they're probably going to fall back and try a mid-B split right now with Apex smoking CT spawn, but they could opt for something weird like a spawn drop on A.
Okay.
And yeah, it looks like they might be actually going with the latter.
All right, they've got plenty of time to work with still at this point, 50-odd seconds left, so they don't need to rush it, but you'd noted this was a possibility, and certainly as Zeus was well aware of it. He's got the perfect lineup here. He doesn't land the shot cleanly, and that's allowed a chance. Envy start pouring through. Apex lands the shot, and a couple of misses here or there. Of course, Na'Vi a huge advantage.
Yeah, what a great read right there by Happy. If they would have went into that mid-B split, they would have fallen into the teeth of Navi's defense. Instead, they opt for the spawn drop, like I said, and they split Na'Vi up. They get a 2 versus 4 on the A bomb site, and they take it cleanly.
Perfect stuff here. Now, Na'Vi still do have 3 players standing, one with a kit being Zeus, but Kenny's sit down pit. He's going to be watching long. He needs to land about 1 or maybe 2 shots there towards Seized, but he's being careful, he's being cautious, buying the time, lands the shot, and now just Zeus standing. Lovely little follow-up and a closer by Kenny, but well played from Envy there, I feel.
Yeah, they're definitely getting off on the right foot.
Something that's going to be required here. They pick this map up. It certainly wouldn't surprise many, but they want to get off to those good starts, bearing in mind, you know, Na'Vi don't need any help coming into those final maps as well. And this was a nice little closer from Kenny just to pick it up cleanly. Now, looking at the buy up here, anything shock you, anything surprise you, or is this pretty much what we've become used to seeing and Seized again? Great work through mid.
Yeah, Seized is dominating NVK in the middle right now. I feel bad for NVK, but I'm actually surprised that Na'Vi didn't force up fully. They typically full buy on these second rounds, but they're leaving a little bit in the bank for the first gun round.
Okay, we'll have to wait and find out what they can bring. This time, though, Apex just completely overwhelmed Seized, takes the close fight there at those doors and brings it back to this 4v4. Now, Keo cautiously checking. There are 2 players stacked up on short here. Edward being 1. Oh, my word, he's on 1 HP. He can't do much, but can't move a muscle at this point. And it looks like we're going to be seeing just a nice overall play from Envy, just kind of all-encompassing throughout the map. Keo's found Guardian. It's left Zeus and Edward alive. Both of these players were on short. And Envy just kind of negating that, not wanting just to walk into what could be a nice close-range battle and cleanly clearing out the map. Yeah,
and what really looks good right now for EnVyUs is that Apex is having a strong game. When Apex has strong games and hits his entries, EnVyUs is pretty much unstoppable, which is what they did at the Major. Apex had a phenomenal tournament.
And, of course, consistency among entry fraggers is always a hot topic. You know, how consistent can you be at such a hard role? Sometimes your score never looks that good, but those couple of kills you get can be so imperative. A kill or 2 every round is massive for them, but still, let's keep our eyes on this one, see what Na'Vi go for. Nothing to be shown into this round, of course. Very low for money, a smoke here for Edward. P250 for Zeus. Really light stuff, and it looks like Envy are just taking their time with this. They do have a couple of rifles out there.
Yeah, Navi's opting to go with a full bomb site A stack. They need to get frags this round if they want to keep EnVyUs' money in check. And this is a pretty good read by them.
Yeah, nice little flash through there. Happy doesn't get blinded by it, but doesn't get the clean shot off by just peering back and forward, shoulder peeking in there, trying to catch someone off here, but actually goes down. That's a Galil free. No one else is at long, so that's going to be a recovered rifle into the hands of, well, the opposition for now. So Zeus is going to pick that one up. Kenny's not opting to fight this one out too close, but he actually trades it out, and you said they need to get kills, and actually they are. This is so far quite dangerous. The bomb's going to go down cleanly, I can imagine, but they could maybe contest this. They've still got that flash on Zeus. Nice work from MBK, though, through those doors, just plucking the head off of Seized. We're back to a 3v3. Apex again. You noted him in the last rounds having good entries. Now he's finding them towards the end of these rounds and just keeping that threat at bay.
Yeah, and it would have been nice to have Na'Vi get 1 or 2 more kills this round. Just like I said, EnVyUs' economy right now is looking very strong going in this first gun round. And it's going to take Na'Vi a couple really solid gun rounds here to break that economy.
And I'm wondering if MBK is going to stick with that scout. He does so often on these maps, and I think we're going to be seeing out to play here as well. And going to see how well he puts that into place, but we are going to be seeing Guardian on the AWP very early here. No armor as well, so feeling confident enough. He's got a good little spawn for long, so going to go straight on the peak here. Very confident in that one. No one early challenging from Envy either, so a little bit more of a slow, cautious approach from Envy.
Yeah, here's EnVyUs' patented slow default now on Dust 2 is, like I keep saying, this is a way different team than most people anticipate when they want to spectate an aggressive team. They're very slow now, methodical. They do a lot of catwalk hits, and they sprinkle in mid-B hits randomly.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Everyone kind of put Envy and Fnatic in that kind of explosive, fast start. Now, Fnatic have kind of, I guess, stuck with that a little more. And Envy have got this kind of, not necessarily fallback plan, but they have another gear to go to with this slow, more methodical style that we're seeing here. Slowly clearing out, taking mid control, building up towards cap. But then again, Na'Vi are the masters at this. But, you know, they are another very good, slow, methodical team. So I'm wondering if they're going to be able to read into this like, okay, well, we kind of know what we would do here. We know what they're going to do here. And then again, Seized just going to flash out towards those tunnels. Apex wasn't peeking it actively, so just holding that back. And as defaults go, where do you see this one ending up being?
Yeah, it's very weird that Kenny right now has the bomb on catwalk. I'm trying to figure it out. I think they are going to end up doing an A hit here, but it's just odd because they had two people stacked towards the upper B tunnels. They just got a third guy back to cat, and yet here it is, the cat hit.
All right, let's see how this goes. Guardian doesn't have armor, but he doesn't need it right now. He's not been challenged. Takes down Keo on the cross through towards site. No one's actively playing on the A site, bear in mind. Na'Vi are playing very far back. 2 by long, 1 by CT, and they're just waiting, letting them get the bomb down, and maybe playing for this retake here, but Kenny's going to be tagged at the very least there. He gets down very low. Guardian's going to follow up on what he started, but now it's down to Apex and Happy. Apex already having a monstrous game, looking to keep that true to trend. Not going to have a chance at it, though, and there's a close down by Na'Vi in the end. And what do we make of that retake then? They gave them the site then.
Yeah, that's the perfect retake on A. And for anyone watching, what you want to do when you play Dust 2 typically is have your rotator rotate into spawn like Zeus did. Unless you have a very good read that the team's going to go A, then you want to stack towards cat or long. Zeus is in spawn, so Navi's playing retake on A. Guardian's going to up car, fall back to long, hold long control, and then from there they're going to retake A once the plant goes down from spawn and long, using flashes from long. It just so happened that the kills happened so fast that they were able to fast retake on the site.
This is a very early double off. I don't know if they recovered that off Kenny. I can imagine they probably did. Yes, they did. I see at the bottom there. So going to be running the double AWP to begin into this one. Seized and Guardian there. Guardian now obviously getting a little bit of armor. And backing away from long. Is this, in your eyes, Na'Vi knowing what Envy do, or just kind of responding to what they're showing so far? Yeah,
I think it is, because Seized typically enters the B-bomb site pretty quickly on Dust 2, and he has not made a move at all to go towards the B-bomb site. And it's because he knows that EnVyUs doesn't do these rushes anymore. If EnVyUs did opt to rush B there, they would have only encountered one person. Okay, so Na'Vi certainly keeping up with the Envy style of maybe what they're bringing in Apex, just going for it now. He's going to go for that play towards mid. He's got a good shot towards this as well. Zeus can't see him just yet, but now that smoke is going to be just dissipating, but perfect timing in the flash has allowed Apex through. MBK's got Seized down, and Envy are trying to pressure that B side, but one man still stands in there right at the back of the side, making it hard work. And look at it, finally MBK takes down Flamey, but by this point, it's still a 3v2. Yeah, and the bomb's down in the middle of the open outside the B-bomb site right now. And this is in big trouble if they're in this round right now.
I think Happy knows that he knows that someone's going to be watching this, whether it's going to be the peek, the push-up. He's like, MBK, you've got to help me out here in some way. And MBK's looking. He's trying to clear out these corners, but he's been found by Zeus. It trades out for Happy in the end, but now it's a 1v2. Bomb still in no man's land. 25 seconds. Ooh, great little tag towards Guardian, but Guardian doesn't need to be asked twice for shots like that. And again, just, this guy's a beast when you play against him.
It's crazy. Most people would die instantly on that repeat right there in spawn. I was clenching. I was clenching. No, he repeats in and takes out Happy.
It's terrifying to watch that guy play, though, because he does these sort of things on such a regular basis. It's unbelievable. We were discussing this. You know, he's not only one of the, the quickest reactions out there. He hits those flick shots. He has those beautiful angles. He's pretty much the entire package right now for an AWPer. And he's certainly not bad with the rifle either. But looking at Envy here, going for that kind of force that we've known them for here. But already Apex very close, trying to pressure those doors, move them away, give them a little bit of room to breathe. And this is going to be another drop maybe towards CT, or is this just going to be a flat out trying to get that plant down?
They have 3 smokes, so they're probably going to set up a wall of smoke in the A bomb site right now and just try to get the bomb down. Maybe 1 towards long, maybe 2 towards the site.
You've got to be aware of Guardian, though. This guy, like, my favorite moments with Guardian have been on Dust 2 on the A site. He's not actively playing it as much. He falls back on quite the regular basis now. And he's going to, okay, well, they haven't crossed through on site. They may be down by that kind of the ramp at the moment. And he does certainly know Kenny there, but bomb is down. Na'Vi have that little box kind of checked now. Excuse me, Envy have that box checked even. And now Kia's going to be sat on the site. Waiting this one out. Real close. Apex right beside him. Planted for shot, but Zeus is going to find one. Will he expect the second follow-up here? No, he won't, but Guardian's picked up the pieces, and now it's just Happy. Bomb is for him, though. Good little flash comes out. No one's on the bomb just yet. This is going to be pretty darn close. If Happy can play this absolutely perfectly, but Flamey comes around the back, and the defuse should be coming in cleanly, but very close.
That came very close, but I just want to commend Guardian for just the way he plays. So he knows it's a broken buy right there from EnVyUs. He knows they can't afford an AWP, they can't afford rifles, so he's playing super aggressive around middle, controlling middle. Once he feels that they could be up cat and in lower, he backs off to A. And then once he sees that XU coming, he doesn't stick around and get caught. He knows they could be spawn, he instantly backs off to long and plays for the retake. Just such a smart player.
It's interesting to see an AWPer as well not playing with kind of arrogance, I guess you can call it, or, you know, some may call it confidence or arrogance. You know, some do stick out. They do want to go for those kind of more flashy shots, but this guy just seems to be very humble with it as well. He'll just back out of it, play for the retake, play for the kind of, you know, the more standardized play, but it works, and you can't ever knock it. 3-3 now, Envy being tested here, but back on the buy. Maybe not perfect, though. Kenny, no armor to be seen. One flash, and Edward's going to be the man to be at the forefront. Apex is doing his job, and then some. He's been keeping this team, certainly in this matchup thus far, but they know Guardian's still going to be around somewhere, but he's actually not on long this time.
Yeah, it looks like Na'Vi tried to switch up their setup right there. They kind of anticipated EnVyUs would adapt a little bit, and they decided to play cat. Maybe they should have stuck with their bread and butter and what was working for them, but I could see why they did that right there.
Oh my god, Guardian. Dangerous peak for NBK then, but I guess you got to go for it at this point. Getting those guns out of hand would have been perfect for Envy. They did have a good bank building up initially. Not sure if that's still the case here into this round, but still, 4 players standing, bomb planted. There's no retake coming in from Na'Vi this time, of course. They'll be trying to keep hold of these weapons into the next couple of rounds. But, you know, we've kind of said that their T side isn't the big thing, really, for Envy here that we want to see. It's their CT side coming in, but players so far that have been playing well is certainly Apex. What sort of difference is that going to make throughout the whole team here for Envy?
Yeah, when Apex plays well, it opens up the lurk for Happy, which is why EnVyUs is so dangerous. EnVyUs is so dangerous because Happy is always behind you, and you can't over-rotate and stack bomb sites, but their initial hit is so strong because their aimers are so good. But when you have to rotate to help out your teammates and Happy's behind you, it's a really tough spot to be in.
Flamey actually did get caught off then by Kenny, so a little more damage done. I don't know if he's going to know that or to build off the back, but still, Na'Vi going to set Edward up towards long this time. Kind of switching himself up from short, it seems. Maybe just locking that one down, maybe at the better spawn for it, or just maybe looking to hold that. But this time, it's going to be Apex again. Ooh, that nade not really helping out. And I think C's heard the connection, and why not just spray into it? Takes him down, trades it out with the nade coming back from Keo and Kenny. So down to this 4v4. Where would you see the T-side trying to kind of exploit this advantage, maybe? Yeah,
it looks like they want to head to a B creep right now, and they're going to wait out this smoke. And I think the reason being is because they sensed an early smoke at B. Something that I notice as a caller is when CTs instantly smoke the B bomb site, they're going to run out of smokes early, which will leave this B creep open. And I'm sure EnVyUs' upper B lurker, which is NBK, said that they smoked upper B early. Therefore, there's going to be an opening right now for them to creep in the bomb site.
There's still one player dedicated here, which is Flamey, of course, and he does have a friend to follow, which is going to be Zeus. Now, seems they're aware of this. They're ready and waiting. No one's built off that first flash that actually caught them up, and now Flamey's going to have the chance to. Will they predict Zeus to already be here? They tried to kind of step out. They've just taken their time. They've smoked in, but they didn't check the corner, and Zeus has the perfect chance to take down 2, leaving Happy on the lurk, but a little too late to achieve much here, as 20 seconds, that bomb's over by B. But a nice read coming back in from Na'Vi, it seems.
Yeah, Na'Vi really sensed that B creep right there. Zeus, you could tell Zeus knew that was coming. He was dumping all of his nades. They mollied after the smoke faded. I'm guessing they're getting information across the map right there saying, hey, I don't hear anything at long. I'm playing aggressive long and I don't hear anything. There's no one over here. They don't have cat control, that's for sure. So yeah, they definitely felt that out really well.
I guess sometimes it's not just, you know, where you've seen this, where you don't see them, where you don't see smokes, you don't hear hear steps, you don't see flashes, anything like that. You can slowly check off on the map where these guys are going and where maybe they're not. But Envy doing kind of what Envy does, right, is these kind of like buy-ups at this point. And what makes them so deadly at this? Because, you know, a lot of other teams do this, but they don't seem to do it as well.
Yeah, they just have
they
have very good peaks and aggression when they first hit areas where they can swarm and get up on you. They don't peek selfishly on these buys. They'll jump around corners, basically trying to bait out shots and make people miss. So that way the second and third guys are the guys that typically get the frags.
Okay, well, Guardian might have to get a feeling of that pretty soon if they go for it. They are all lining up by this. He's going to go for that flash again. Last time he caught Keo here in the very early rounds. The first time he had an AWP to hand And there we go. Doesn't get the swing out, doesn't get the shot he wanted, and now we're going to see the T side taking control of A. To be fair, though, they've been getting these plants, and they have been getting some control, but they haven't held those retakes. That's been the danger point. So they have to plant for sure here. Ed with a good little molly, going to force them offside. Oh, it just dips a little lower there towards CT.
The important thing to note right now is Na'Vi has 2 Molotovs left. So if they play a catwalk retake right now and just save their Molotovs for the retake, oh my
or
god,
do that,
Guardian.
Right? It's great you got a molly, but I guess Guardian can just shoot through boxes at any point and just find players. Also works super well, but here we go. Those mollies are going to come into place eventually, try and slow down that defuse if it does come through, but Envy still 3 players alive. Nice work on the swing out from MBK and Kenny there. Finding another, but Guardian still fighting full force here, but only 2 orbs stuck with Na'Vi, and Guardian again finds Happy. Kenny goes down, but I don't think there's time left for this, but that man can put on a show. Great round though from Envy.
Yeah, that was an awesome individual performance by Guardian that round, but I love the strat call out of EnVyUs. They recognize that Navi's falling back into this retake setup. They save 2 Molotovs for post-plant on a round like this. That is excellent on the fly calling. Whoever thought of that strat, whether it be Happy or one of the other players, that was an awesome call.
And it's got them back in this one pretty much, back with 4 rifles to play with Apex, just with the Tech 9. Maybe, oh my word, all right, C's just going straight up towards mid, having a little peek out. Got to be careful though, Apex is lurking. He's so close here in Apex. He knew what was up, and Guardian's down to 6 HP off the back of that. He's going to have to play so much more carefully now. Yeah,
and Apex's game sense around middle really is up to par with Shoxy when it comes to this default that Navi runs.
Wow, and they're just going to try and speed up the pace, try and make the most of it, but C's fancies a little bit of that Guardian fame there. Picks up the double on the quick playthrough. Now only 2 left standing. Zeus through the smoke, catches out Kenny, and they know Happy was in those B tunnels. Flamey spotted that one out, and now Happy trying to make the hero play here. Pushes right in, catches out Flamey, cannot find Zeus. And this is a very close kind of side so far, 5-5.
Yeah, but that's a hard reset for EnVyUs' economy. They won the last round with 0 people living, and then they lose this round without a bomb plant. They're all sitting around 1-5. Besides, we have Apex at 2-7 who's going to invest in Tech 9. They're going to buy up here, but the reason being is because they're going to have to double save. So their goal right now is to plant the bomb at minimum. They obviously could win these rounds based on it being EnVyUs, but their goal is to plant.
Okay. It looks like just straight up B. Just bomb it out, try and overwhelm, try and just get those numbers. And actually, Kyo's gone and found 1. Kenny's found another. This is kind of terrifying because it's almost working here, but C's is very close by. They've still got 3 players here, but that bomb is going to go down. There's no way of stopping it now. It's down to the defuse, and no rifles recovered just yet, though, for Envy. They've still got some flashes here, but the damage coming through. Edward got Happy. Kyo and Apex, the last 2 standing. Good flash comes out, but C's has none of it, leaving just Kyo alive. And somehow he's still here. That P250 could have done some damage, but no. The defuse will come in. 3 kills and a plant. I guess it's not the worst in the world.
Yeah, EnVyUs is still going to have very low money this round relative to Na'Vi.
Yes.
However, that's good enough because they would have been saving this round anyway. And that was their thought process behind buying right there. It's not that they think it's a good idea and that they're going to win the round. It's that they're trying to keep Navi's money in check, knowing that they're going to have to double eco no matter what.
Okay, so coming to this one, Seized again back on the ult here. It's nice seeing Seized starting to pick that one up. It's nice seeing the double ult play in with Na'Vi. It's not something you see as maybe as regularly, I guess, as other teams to a degree, but nice seeing it out. But Envy back on the rather shoddy purchase, of course, as you noted, the double eco going to have to come through regardless. And Seized just finding Apex before that smoke plumed. And now 4 players standing. The bomb's still in mid though, and it looks like they're once again going to try and maybe pinch it in. But actually MBK on the rotate, maybe looking like they're going to go towards A. Yeah, it does look like another A hit right now. Their goal is obviously to plant the bomb again. They don't have any smokes though this time. It's just going to be a flash and run off. Oh, and this kind of got a little bit more painful. They've just lost out on the one. Oh no, there we go. Flash comes in. And it was through mid. Happy's got Flamey gone, and now the cross being watched by Guardian. A rather rare moment you see him don't land the easy shot off the back. Zeus on the double peek towards CT finds Kyo, but it's Happy left alive in a 1v4. Only a deagle. He's got the bomb, I guess, but still, I think we know this one's going to be pretty much a closeout. But these couple of seconds, maybe Envy can discuss what they're doing going into that gun round. Really, as Happy will swing out, but be met by Zeus. Now Na'Vi's starting to build up a bit of a lead here on the CT side, but is this a regular scoreline you're expecting between these two? No, I think Na'Vi has a much stronger T side than they do a CT side on Dust 2, so I think they're faring pretty well right now. In old EnVyUs days, this would be okay for them to have 5 rounds at this point because their CT side was so locked down with the double alt setup, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to come back from this right now. Well, we're going to find out pretty soon, of course. Into round 13 we go, 7-5. This is for replacing the finals, bearing in mind. And Edwards getting a little more aggressive here, kind of building off the back of that molly, going to push in, have a little peek, doesn't see anyone, but then again, EnVy are still around long. That's going to be a reminder for Seized, knowing what's up now. And Kenny looking for any chance here. Apex again, just with the Tech 9 though.
Yeah, and this is the first time we've seen Kenny with an AWP in quite some time. EnVyUs' economy has been so low the entire match after that first gun round. Let's see if he can do something with it.
Yeah, he really does need to find something here, especially when you've got Seized doing well and Guardian both on their AWPs. It'd be great to have a reply, but it looks like we're going to be seeing an A play coming out from this. Maybe a drop down, but see what they go for. Zeus going to sit up by Goose here, just tuck himself away in the corner. And Guardian, oh my god, he's right amongst them. Somehow he makes it away. There's a couple of players behind him on towards A-ramp, but that smoke towards CT just not making it possible to see. But Zeus peeks out, gets down one. Apex finds himself a rifle, picked up the kill already with the Tech 9, and is doing everything he can for EnVyUs in these rounds. But Flamey just pushes forward wildly, bringing it back to this 3v2. Now Seized. He's looking for something here, but Guardian's already out of there. And caught in the worst position possible. Can't make it out and Happy just catching one on the rotate. Now Guardian knows he's going to get pressure here.
Yeah, I think Zeus had a pretty good read on that again. He's making some really good calls as the rotator playing for A right now. He's stacked over towards Goose. Unfortunately, Guardian somehow ended up stuck behind the spawn smokes right there.
Yeah, it was kind of in between the rock and a hard place and just backed away from it. I guess you're not going to do much work from that, but nice little shoulder peek out from Keo. Going to close it down in the end. And EnVy pick up another, eventually building back into this. But it has been quite the quiet game for Kenny S so far as well. Really, it's been Apex bolstering these numbers, getting the entry kills, following off the back of it. And you can see that kind of reflected in the scoreboard. Keo having a good game. I'm trying to think who was it pointing that. Might have been Blue, actually, on the couch saying, okay, you know what? Keo's been one of the men out there, and we are going to see the double AWP in play. MBK just with a deagle. Double peek comes down, and actually Seized eventually will take down Kenny, but will they expect Happy to have the other AWP in practice? I'm going to have to find out. Flamey, just with that FAMAS as well. Not the ideal purchase.
Yeah, and this is one of the things EnVyUs does really well. They double AWP on their T sides. Boy, they do this on Cash, Dust 2. They do it across several maps.
I like that mid-presence though from Seized, and it's back and forth. It's the AWP show so far, and Seized knows exactly where MBK was going to peek from. And now it's down to Happy and Keo. Keo having a big game, but I'm not sure if Seized maybe spotted that bomb off the back of MBK, but he's certainly keeping eyes towards mid here. And he's expecting the peek up, but not to the left, but the adjustment is stunning from Seized. Catching out Happy, and now Keo in a 1v3. Hero plays once again required from EnVy, but with the bomb in such a bad spot, this round's almost over. Yeah,
it's just... He's hit some crazy shots this round, showing why he's probably one of the most underrated players in the world, in my eyes.
And it started so early on for him as well. He's been having this mid-presence, this mid-lockdown so much. And Edward will take the ace away from him, but it will be the shutdown. And EnVy send packing here. A good CT side from Na'Vi, really. I like this trade out, but look at the aggression to follow it. Just kind of expecting and reading EnVy like a book at this point.
Yeah, we could literally have a probably minute-long movie of Seized killing NBK from CT middle to T middle at this point.
With just like NBK with a little tear just rolling down his eyes.
Yeah.
Please, stop.
Please, no more.
No, remember, only serious casting, otherwise the scoots will maybe turn up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like the Grinch. You gotta be careful. He does?
Yeah, he brings bats to land.
He used to be such a kind-hearted man. Now he has changed. All right, let's not think about scoots anymore. Otherwise, I'm gonna get a little bit scared. But the bomb is down at long, and actually, if Edward pushes out here, I wonder because he kind of had an idea of this before. He's like, okay, I pushed off the molly last time. Maybe I want to go walkabouts. He's like, please, I really want to go. But to be fair, he's holding enough so far. The bomb is still up there, and EnVy don't have much.
So far away from that bomb right now, too.
Yeah, now they've opened up towards B a little bit here, which may encourage them, or maybe towards mid. But actually, Edward's gone and seen the bomb. He's like, okay, well, I've killed Kenny S. The bomb's here. And there's no one else. He's adjusted around towards T-spawn now. He's giving me a great spot.
And look at the rotation from Na'Vi on the minimap right now. So smart. Pushing through long with 2 players right now, all the way from the A bomb site.
I wonder where Guardian's going to be holding for Edward. He's going to be holding the close push-up, so the bomb can be recovered. But Edward catching out Apex is going to maybe trigger alarm bells. Guardian doesn't know who's to the right there. And it is... Wow, it was... I'm done. Guardian is a beast. All right, Keo just got absolutely destroyed. And it's like playing against bots for Guardian. I swear to God, he makes it look so simple. And even though EnVy only have pistols, it's EnVy on pistols. You know, they're pretty good at them.
Even when you think someone's about to frag Guardian, he does something... some crazy peek that the guy just ends up missing him barely. You can see his barrel, but he can't shoot yet, and then Guardian just quick peek kills him.
Unbelievable. So, okay, I can't want to pick your brain on this. As someone who's had to do in-game leading against people like Guardian and Kenny S, do you have to tell your opponents to go for the challenge? Do you encourage that to try and take someone down individually, or do you just try and negate them? How do you approach playing against someone like Guardian at the moment?
Well, playing against Guardian is actually very different than playing against Kenny. Kenny will peek into you after you have an advantage and give you a chance to kill him. Guardian actually will play super aggressive early and look to kill you in a way you're not expecting, and then back off in the smartest way you can imagine.
So you basically said, we can't beat him.
Yeah, it's impossible. Playing Guardian on Dust 2 feels impossible.
Jeez. Because I do remember, actually, I remember speaking to Nothing before one of the events, Jordan, and he was like, I'm going to play off, or I'm just going to try and challenge Kenny because I know he'll go for the fight. I know he'll chase me off the back of these, and it worked, to be fair. It was one of the games you actually did end up picking up Kenny a hell of a lot, and I guess Guardian is just one of those question marks at the moment, that who's going to be the guy to be able to work out how to defeat this guy, because it's pretty difficult. But anyway, no AWPs at least into this round, thank God for Envy. We're seeing Na'Vi starting out now onto the T side, of course, on the half, and Envy on towards the CT. But anything shining for you so far? Flame with the Tech 9, I guess. Nothing too spectacular. No,
but based on how the bomb's in the upper B tunnels, it'll probably be a B split, is my guess. And yeah, it looks like Seized has the grenades, and he's somewhere back middle right now.
The other thing is, I want to see how well Envy play on the CT side, because it has always been a question mark. They've been extremely good at it in the past, but they've, you know, become a little bit more subdued with it recently. But then again, that bomb is still in those B tunnels for Na'Vi, and then again, we've got 3 players looking like they want to push up short. Great flashes and nades actually holding them back. That's from the hands of Kenny S. But Na'Vi just lining up, and Happy plucks them down. That is 2. That's a 3rd. Stunning work from Happy. That is a way to start off with a bang. Now, everyone knows they're coming through, but MBK is going to deny it. And suddenly, Zeus is kind of left in an awful place.
And that's just vintage Happy right there, hiding in a corner, and you think everything's going wrong. His teammates backpedaling, shooting bullets, and he just pops out and gets 3 headshots.
Absolute animal. So I can imagine Sam was getting flashbacks to that Deagle up on Inferno, and you know, these guys, you can't doubt them, to be fair. 9-7 now, coming to this, and as you said, MBK backing away, just backpedaling, kind of leaving Happy as the kind of, you know, beast in waiting, and of course he just peeks out and just almost one-taps them all down. Brilliant stuff from him. But off the back of Kenny as well, being the player with utility there, just good flashes, good nades, slowing them down. But anything standing out to you in this one? Because we're going to see Keo just on the 5-7, Kenny on the 5-7, and then 3 rifles.
Yeah, and again, Navi's putting some money in the bag. This isn't something they typically do. They typically would buy up right now. I'm surprised Flamey only has a Deagle, no armor, no nades. It looks like Zeus fully invested, C's fully invested, as did Edward. Guardian kept some money maybe to get an op on the first gun round.
Because Navi are known as the classic team, right? They don't play to that Envy style. They don't play to the kind of, you know, the force-ups that, you know, maybe are a little bit dangerous here and there. Is this something you think they're just doing because it's Dust 2, or just because they're against Envy, or is this maybe something they're just adding to their playbook?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they think that they're in the lead, or maybe they think their gun rounds are just far superior than EnVyUs, so they want to have full buys on their gun rounds. I'm not sure what their ideology behind this is. Okay, something we might have to be able to ask them afterwards if we do get the chance. Going to be curious what they think on this one. Guardian not going to land the instant shot towards Kenny, who's just kind of peeking out dangerously. What on earth was that, Kenny? And now suddenly Na'Vi have some control here. Happy's going to try and slow them down towards the short side. He's going to pick up a lovely double, but by now the bomb is on platform, but it's not planted. Now Apex has the cross. They have absolutely no utility, but they have the swing out there, setting up Edward for the shot towards Apex, and now just Keo alive. Actually, Na'Vi, considering they don't do this a lot, they're actually pretty darn good at it, but still. 2v1, and the bomb is in a really awkward spot here. Keo can still kind of peek up every now and then, get a little bit of info, commit if he fancies a shot or two, but he now needs to be cautious because 2 rifles have been recovered. And Edward is in a really nice spot here if he fancies it, but great connection from Keo. It's a 1v2, and it's still not impossible. He just jumps out, catches out Edward, and now 1v1. A French player got my heart before from doing that, but there we go. Flamey shuts it down, but I get nervous. Yeah, you hear the cheers from Na'Vi on that. That was a shot. Flamey. Oh my god, this guy can aim.
Just watch this. Let's watch this back. Just
the second he's on his screen, he dies.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to watch. But yeah, Na'Vi not known for those kind of force-ups there in those sort of rounds, but actually worked out really well. Kind of interested why Kenny got caught out so badly and tried to go down towards long in that. Yeah, that was a really awkward situation Kenny put himself in. I guess the pinch was just kind of pushing him in the wrong direction in the end, but still, this gives Na'Vi a great chance on this T side to build off the back. All rifles coming through. On the other side, something that Envy do like are those double scouts, but Guardian just smashes down Apex. And this is the thing as well, you know, Guardian's becoming a really solid rifler too.
Yeah, I mean, Guardian has always been an incredible rifler. That's the thing, is he's not even a middle-of-the-road rifler as far as the pro scene goes. He's above average. He's an incredible rifler. He's just probably the best opper in the world.
I think he is going to be holding that title for at least the end of this year and towards the next, I can imagine. Now, the last 3 players, it's going to come down to Kenny to land something in this one. There's 3 players pushing up through Cat. Good flash is just slowing them down a little here, but Flamey's still landing shots. No one can come out and save the day here. It's just Keo, and he's just nowhere really near. He's going to be able to at least get an M4 out of this, but still. Clean rounds coming in, bomb plants as well. Navi are having a great time on this T side.
Yeah, bad luck, Brian. I mean, Kenny.
The dank memer is back, boys.
When he finally was about to hit a shot, he got aim punched. I feel for him. Bad luck, Brian.
Bad luck, Brian is now maybe the new name. Well, we might have to work with that one from now on. We'll just keep seeing these really unfortunate bad timings happening for Kenny, and we may have to title him that. But still, it's just Keo trying to desperately hold on to this, but good luck. It just gets closed in by Navi. But what do we make of this so far then? Because Envy haven't had much of an opportunity to get into these rounds just yet. It's still been relatively early on, but it's 11-7 now. Navi are getting a real presence here. Is there a timeout, do you think, on the horizon for Envy soon?
There needs to be, because right now Navi has just been dominating the gun rounds. EnVyUs has won both pistols now, and they find themselves down 11-7. About to be 12-7 after this eco.
Do you not have faith in just, you know, a clean buy of just 2 P250s? God.
With EnVyUs, I actually do.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, there's always like this air of caution, even though it's just like absolutely nothing. I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be a comfy round, let's just chill out. But yeah, it's still Envy. But this one does look as though Navi had this in mind. They just were straight up long, taking those long-range fights, using those rifles. A little dangerous from Flamey, but he gets away with it. Just backs back out of the smoke, happy trying to dive in on it, but they know exactly where he is and sees. Just taking the opportunity with the last 2 and a very clean round again. You know, the banks can be pretty formidable for Navi going forward.
Yeah, and you can see how Navi treats their anti-ecos compared to what EnVyUs did in the prior half. They rush out long, and I think that's in large part due to how EnVyUs plays those rounds. They play heavy around the middle. A lot on catwalk, a lot in middle, and they want you to fall into that trap, and they can over-rotate into you. Long is always open when you play EnVyUs on ecos. Okay.
Kenny now has the open, Guardian doesn't. So that's going to be one of the battles we never really had in the previous half. But already Edward straight out on long. Good flash is kind of setting him up on this one. And Zeus and Edward have just cleaned up. That's a double kill out of nowhere. MBK and Happy just get destroyed. Now Kenny's in this pinch again. No one's actually on short though, so he's got a little bit of respite on this. Can he make the difference? They're actually backing away here. Oh, got to come back to it. All right, Kenny, now here's your chance. Here is your one big opportunity to make the difference. The bomb is in a great spot for him. He sees them crossing out. He doesn't get the leg that he wanted there. And I don't know if he just couldn't see that through the edge of the smoke then, but bomb has been recovered, and Navi have that back in their hands.
Yeah, Navi really blew a really advantageous situation right there for them. They had 4 people at long, a lurker in upper B. They had the rotate cut off, and somehow they let EnVyUs get back into this round.
Oh, and Kyo's actually going walkabout, so that's dangerous, but really could pay off. Edward's so low, and he doesn't quite get the connection he would have wanted in this, but 3v3, it looks like they're just going to barrel in towards his B side at the moment. Kyo's going to be the man to hold this. He has to be the guard here, deny them entry, and there we go. Guardian falls, they're going to line up. He doesn't get the shot, leaps out, allows Flamey the opportunity into this, and now suddenly Navi taking control of this round. Wow. It's down to Kenny S, and that is a devastating way to lose out on this one, but Kenny's taking it real easy, taking it slow. He's a little ahead of the curve maybe here than what Navi would expect, and bomb's not planted for him. He's switched up towards the rifle. They're going to hear that switch up now. Certainly know where he is, but look to the right, look to the left. You got Flamey holding your push out, and there's the aim punch coming in. Flamey with the close down. Brilliant. I don't know how the hell Envy just let them back in that round.
If Keo knew that he had that lineup and the first guy was low on HP, he would have definitely peeked out and double fragged those guys for sure. So unfortunate. And then Apex too. Just a series of unfortunate events. And then Edward closing off the round with such a veteran play, planting behind the bomb site to make sure that a guy flanking the tunnels can't kill him, as well as a guy coming in the window. He knew Flamey couldn't watch that. Just really good play by Navi right there, keeping composure.
I think bad luck Brian as a team name might need to come into play. Sorry, Hastro, but it's going to happen. But yeah, Envy back with just a couple of pistols here and there, stacking out towards A. And Navi just testing the waters, and I like this. You know, they're kind of almost default start of just spreading throughout the map. Ooh. Normally works, but all right, MBK, welcome back. Gonna find Zeus. Super easy, but Guardian's there. He's waiting. I'm pretty sure he heard that pickup quite possibly if he didn't hear the gun drop, but still. Bomb's in a bit of a bit of a spot here. He's going to play recovery, going to pick that up and get the hell out of dodge, essentially, at this point. Edward's just trying to stay alive by a little bit of time, and he's going to be challenged down, actually. They do have a rifle in the hands of Happy, so they can do some damage. And look at Apex just creeping up.
Walking up.
That was kind of smart, but it didn't really work. Don't start giggling again. You'll turn to Fiflaren, just known for that laugh. It's terrifying.
No, I was thinking of Dokes from Dexter. Surprise. But I'm not going to say it. Just, you know, I'm just not going to say it.
You're just scared of Scoots and his bat.
Yeah.
Is that it? All right, MBK's found Edward. 2 rifles recovered. Not the worst way to close out around here for Envy, because they're definitely not going to get towards that bomb site. But no one else from Na'Vi really giving them the chance to find a weapon here, if I'm honest. You know, maybe they could have called one at the top of mid there, which was Flamey, but highly unlikely at this point. He's just watching that push out on long, and really for both teams, it's best to keep it as it is.
Yeah, and this is just Na'Vi just slowly closing the coffin on EnVyUs right now on Dust 2. Their economy is really strong. They can buy for probably 3 straight gun rounds now.
And I've got to highlight again, Seized has been playing brilliantly in this game. We saw, I'm trying to think back which game it was or who they were against, but it was on Inferno, and he was playing another massive role for Na'Vi, but this time he's taken that sort of position up again. But here we go into this one. It looks like a fast round from Na'Vi. Really just going to switch up the place. Look at this. Edward straight out. Apex with a perfect flash coming through for him. Sets up 2. Edward and Flamey go down. And when they try and switch up the pace, don't get me wrong, there's still Apex. He's been the only man, maybe barring Keo, to really have any sort of performance into this game so far, for the Envy boys at least. And now left with all players standing. This shouldn't be around for Na'Vi here.
Yeah, and that's actually a strat that I think Cloud9 made pretty popular. Is
Are you just taking credit for this?
Yeah,
now?
I kind of am actually.
Oh,
so
okay,
basically,
okay.
we spread the defense really thin by throwing a lot of nades over long and B, and you saw that when the camp switched to the players at long and B, there were smokes outside of those areas. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the mid rotator to go into B, and you're trying to get the A rotator to stay at long, so that way you can just run out mid without any resistance. Apex, wiser than all of us, decides to stay in middle and time that flash. So it's a really smart play right there by Apex to feel that out.
Well, to be fair, you did say even on his T side, his mid-game sense, you know, around mid, those double doors, everything has been really on point. So whether or not he noticed it or just was a little late, ignored the call, who knows?
Yeah.
It worked out for him, and there's the shutdown from Apex as well. Massive impact from him this round. 3 kills. The 2 to start it off were the integral part, though, there. And we're going to be seeing the double orb out to play for Envy. But look at this. Really nicely done.
Yeah, really smart play. And that's hard to resist going in B right there. I know that because your B player is telling you smoke in B, flash in B, could be rushing B, and you're just like, whatever, bro. I'm just going to chill out here with my flash primes.
And unless they suddenly rush B and you feel like the biggest ass in the world.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. But still, it's keeping this. Look at Envy's buy up. What the hell? And Kenny's walking up mid. Okay, so you better make this work, because now you're going to get pressure, and he's missed 2 shots and has no chance of the 3rd. But thankfully for him, Apex and Happy are there. And now they know exactly where they are. And, you know, Apex is just playing perfect. He has been the linchpin now. That's another massive round. 3 kills, supplemented by Happy's work as well. But I don't know what Envy were going for there. They're just kind of like switching up the pace, but it worked. And now Na'Vi's just kind of left scratching their heads here. Guardian knows he's in trouble from about every single angle, and even though it's Guardian, I think this round might be a little too far away.
Yeah, I love the change of pace right there by EnVyUs. They recognize that Na'Vi is starting to catch on to their default, and they're abusing them every time they fall into their default setup. So Apex sticking around mid the round before senses that Na'Vi's starting to show a little bit of no respect towards them. So this round, they're going to decide they're going to show no respect back. And it's just psychological warfare right now between the 2 teams. And now I think you'll probably see both teams settle down a little bit this round.
Okay. Zeus going for the Tech 9 here with the Molly, the utility. Everyone else kind of relatively well set. But still 3 snipers here. Happy and Kenny with the orbs. And you've got the auto snipe with MBK. I still don't know how much I like this, but if it works, it works. And Guardian's looking for it. He's desperate to see if someone's pushing this time. Is Kenny just make his way up mid? Is someone pushed a little further along? And, oh, there we go. Okay. Happy. He's, you know, his gun's a little bit too big for his boots here, and he gives it away. Guardian with the easy pickup. And, well, 4 players now for Envy. Gonna have to lock these sites down. Kind of polarized at this point. Where did Na'Vi want to try and exploit? And almost leaping down into Zeus's eyes, but a quick backtrack from Kenny, just adjusting back.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about before the game started. It's very odd how EnVyUs doesn't let Kenny be that aggressive opera on A or even in middle. He was actually opping towards game helper long area as Happy was on cat. And that just goes to show that like he's typically in the same spots every round.
All right, Keo. Apex has had his time. Now it's yours. Can you step up to the plate? That's a perfect start. He can't get the spray to connect towards the final two players on the cross there. NBK with a hope and a prayer, I guess, at this point. And hearing that reload. Ooh, Edward just gets slammed down. All right, NBK. Nice little work there. Just now got 2 more to find and a bomb to defuse. No pressure, but still, he's Molly in the hands of Seized here. It's just going to buy so much time as well. Even the flash going to slow him down. And now, clock ticking, trying to clear that close corner. Flashing over, he's going in on this. Why not? I guess he flashes up one. He can't check both sides at the same time here, and Seized does take him down. But again, scrappy stuff from Envy, but this start was, I guess, almost unfortunate, but a little sloppy as well.
Yeah, and it's because that's probably not something that Happy normally does. I don't ever really recall seeing Happy op aggressive cat with Kenny opping long and an auto sniper in B. It's kind of weird.
I don't know what Envy's mindset is in this game right now, if this is what they're bringing out. Maybe just feeling like, how do we do anything here?
Yeah, I take it all back. All 3 of the scope players are A players. It's very, very weird.
I don't know. Envy
Apex
do
is
weird
playing
things.
long now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I love the spot Apex fell into.
Well, okay. I guess if Envy don't know what they're doing, and neither do we, maybe neither do Na'Vi. So I guess maybe it'll work out somewhere down the line in a weird backwards world. But then again, it's 15-9, so I guess maybe not. Let's be real here. But all right, let's see what you got, Kenny. Please get on the board. There we go. That's what we want to see. Kenny finally starting to get a couple of shots to land. He's really having a tough game here, but it is a 4v3. Maybe this really weird setup that doesn't quite make sense is gonna pay off. Kenny waiting for that little bit of a push towards that, you know, the Xbox in mid, just see if someone goes for it. Someone peeks it. They're all kind of lining up here. There's 3 players not far away, but I can imagine there's going to be a bait and a swing out coming in soon, but he doesn't need it. Zeus just lands a stunning shot there and brings it back to an even situation.
Yeah, now we have 2 more scope players on the A-bomb site.
I'm not gonna put you under the pressure of having to find sense in this. I'll give you some respite into this round, and we'll see how it kind of ends up here. We can try and make sense of it. Because, you know, bad luck Brian needs to find some sort of silver lining. And Keo's going to be once again in this predicament. He got kind of caught out before by this. He adjusted, which wasn't the wrong choice, but hindsight's 20/20 there. But Edward gets this shot off, and now these 2 scope players are not in the best position possible. But look at that timer again. Na'Vi resorting to those kind of slower plays, just making these AWPs almost redundant in these retakes, or making them harder. The scope, should I say, as the auto sniper is out.
Yeah, that's also an extremely impressive read to go with the B creep right there, because they know Apex is the mid B player, they know Keo is the B player, and they know Happy's an A player. So typically you would expect probably 2 people to be on the right side of the site. However, after the initial kills, maybe you expect 1 rotates back,